All right, so we are going to give you the fundamental breaststroke pull. It's an L Scull, that is right. The reason why we're using this is mathematically it is the best pull for a fundamental breaststroke pull. All right, it has application to 200, 50, 100, sprinting, no matter what. You use this, you're going to make sure that you minimize your negative propulsion, maximize your propulsion. So first, we're going to take a look at this first video, and what we see going on is that L Scull. All right, all we're doing here, we're rolling through the wrists, palms up, elbows underneath, roll the wrists out and down, elbows on top. All right, now this is important. If we're looking at the video right there, you see a freestyle elbow catch. That's why the wrists must turn. The wrists turn, we get a nice catch. Now from here, they turn inwards. The only way these hands can slide through with low drag is sideways. The only way that you can get to that high elbow catch and then get to a low drag slide is here. So if you're pulling breaststroke and never getting your palm up, you're creating extra drag. Additionally, because the palm goes up, you probably just saw it. When I get here and I am turning my wrist over and sliding it out, it makes my elbow come in behind it. So now if I'm keeping my arms out in front, the inside of that arm behaves like a lever because I'm no longer bending my elbows and moving my hands and my shoulders. My hand is staying in a fixed place. So when that happens, it is now flapping that water that I caught backwards. And now, because my fingertips are behind my elbows, I can shoot. So the L Scull, there's a bunch of other math stuff that we're not going to get into, is absolutely necessary for your fundamental breaststroke pull. Keep it out above the chest, above the head, keep the hands above the head. Make sure that the elbows are staying away from the abs. Do not pull into your body. Make sure athletes are L sculling away from their stomach and their chest. The reason why that's important, it is going to make sure we are minimizing our drag. We look at the next video. We're going to give you a second drill, the rapid elbows. You're going freestyle kick, just like we saw in that last video. We're trying to keep the armpits open and straighten those elbows as quickly and as fast as possible while the head is up, because we want to make sure we are going from here back to full extension as quick as possible to minimize drag as our body falls in behind those extended arms. We don't want to be dropping our head, all that weight and momentum behind arms that are plowing through the water. Just a bad look. Then we put it together with some flutter breast. Again, head up. We can see her folding that water extra nicely. It's just the way we want to see it. We see the palms going up, so those elbows slide in behind those fingertips, and then we're into the shoot. And that's why we do not see any type of pausing when she is doing this. We only see an acceleration and then a slight deceleration when the arms extend. This is when we would have that kick firing off. Here she is as a 10-year-old, just aged up, bottom of the 10 age, so she's doesn't have that almost 11-year-old strength. We do not see a pull coming into the body. Because of this, we know she is getting a little bit of propulsion, and she is quickly getting into a streamlined position even when her head is up. So even though her body is sinking and we have no propulsion, she's still cutting through the water, minimizing any type of deceleration that would happen. And as we watch the swim, we never see her have any stalling through her breaths, and that's why she's hawking down these kids. No deceleration. She gets through her pull and into her next kick. We also see her kicking her face in. Eddie Reese would love to see that. No deceleration. And keep in mind, this is a 9-year-old who just turned 10, already showing this much skill in a high level where we know that once that big kid, teenager strength comes in, she's going to be smoking these fools, okay? So now we look at the next video, her having a lot more mastery over this and minimizing her deceleration right when she turned 11 years old, right? So once again, bottom of the age group, qualifying for state championships in Texas, which means you're going faster than a AAA time. And we see the same thing. Bigger girls are, getting out in front of her, but she is not decelerating. No deceleration. She's right through her sweep, into her shoot, into her breast. You see from the side view, we do not see any type of huge stall happening in her stroke. You can see the upside of what she is going to become once she gets her big kid strength. And then we have the most recent video, another one of the athletes I work with down below. But we are looking up top and we see how those arms are extending, how she is jumping past where those hands are creating that lever. And she's getting right into her kick, zero deceleration. We also see this from the athlete below, even though she is still developing her mastery, much like the swimmer above. Okay, she's a little over pulling, driving those elbows back, using a much more of a sprint timing, trying to get to full extension while her head is still up. But we see the flat back from both athletes. Boom. And from the bottom athlete. Okay, cannot get a flat back if your athletes are taking too long to get their head down and get their arms extended in time for that kick. We need to be able to get those arms fully extended so the kick can happen on time without slowing down. That is key to the flat back. I'm not going to talk about the kick, just the pull timing. Use these two drills, the L skull and the rapid elbows, and then you just combine them, get it going.